What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is your first time here. Who the man, you the man, can you do it? Yes, you can. My name is Javars and thank you for stopping by. As you can tell by the title of this video, I'm going to be giving you some dope sneakers that are all under $100 that you should consider investing in. As you know, Jordans and Nikes especially can get very expensive and pricey, especially when we're talking about resale. But all these sneakers that I'm going to be talking about are going to be under $100 and they're all Nikes and Jordans. So I'm gonna do a separate video on just sneakers like outside of those that are under 100, but in this video I'm gonna be talking about Nikes and Jordans that are all under $100. So if that sounds interesting, then keep on watching. Also, I want to go ahead and make this disclaimer now because I like to do my disclaimers at the beginning of the video because I already know somebody go say it. But most of the sneakers that I'm gonna be talking about in this video are like $100 or less. But there's like a couple, like maybe two, that I'm gonna be talking about that are like slightly above $100. So they may be like $150. I think $120 may be like the most. But the rest of them are like I said, $100 and under. So I wanted to go ahead and make that disclaimer because I already know somebody gonna be in the comments like, you said under 100. So I'm telling you now, it's gonna be like a couple. I forgot exactly how many that are slightly above $100. The second disclaimer is that I'm strictly talking about like retail prices. So most of these sneakers are still very easily accessible in terms of retail. Like most of them I'm talking about are still like directly on the Nike app. Like probably, I don't know when you're watching this, but at least right now as I'm filming it, they are still on the Nike app and you can go buy them right now, probably in the stores too. But a couple of them, they may not, you know, if they're I'm talking about retail. So that's all I want to say. I'm talking about retail. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into it. I'm gonna just get straight into it. If you see me on my phone or looking down on my phone, because I want to make sure I'm getting the price right when I say it and the correct, you know, the appropriate name for the shoe and not like the street name or what people call it. So the first sneaker I'm gonna be talking about is the Nike Waffle One SE. That right now is retailing for $100. They have a lot of colorways. I particularly like that University Gold colorway, and I also like the, let me see, what was it? The black and autumn, what was it? Black and, oh, crimson, hyper crimson, that's what it was. Those are the two that I really like, those two colorways, but they have like 10 or so different colorways for this shoe. So I think that's a nice sneaker, and that's, I mean, this is in no particular order by the way, but that's the first one I'm gonna be talking about in this video. All right, the next sneaker I'm gonna be talking about, this one is coming in retailing right at $100, and that's gonna be Air Jordan 1 Lows. Y'all know I love me some Air Jordan 1 Lows, so that's one I definitely wanted to make sure I included in this video. Now the Lows are definitely a little more harder to cop than a lot of the other ones I'm gonna be talking about in this video. So that's kind of one that's, you know, you're probably gonna have to get it resale, at least for now. But generally the retail price is under $100, so I think that qualifies to still be in this video. But the only one I think that's above $100 is the Starfish colorway. But the rest of the colorways, to my knowledge, are $100 even. So I feel like that was, like I said, it's still to be included in this video. So Air Jordan 1 Lows, in my opinion, that's a dope shoe. That's a dope silhouette. I like that shoe a lot, so I had to go ahead and include it in this video. The third one, we're on number 3, that I'm gonna be talking about is the Nike Blazer Low 77 Vintage. So, well, let's talk about, firstly, it has about 5 colorways coming in. This one is retailing at $85. So yeah, 5 different colorways. I actually like this shoe because what I like about it is I feel like it's like an everyday sneakers. And of course, I'm gonna be putting them, you know, shoes on the screen as I'm talking about it. But I feel like this is a shoe you can kind of just throw on any day. It doesn't have to be like a super hyped sneaker. It's just one you can throw on to go wherever, or you can dress it up if you want to, for sure. So that's why this one is going to be number 3. So I can't talk about the lows without talking about the mids. So the Nike Blazer Mid 77 also has, you know, it's a mid version. So that's the next shoe. Is, let me say the correct name, Nike Blazer Mid 77 Vintage. So personally, I like the lows better just because I like that style. But I mean, this is still a dope sneaker, and again, this also has 5 colorways, at least on the Nike app. Everything I'm kind of talking about is for the most part like on the Nike app. But yeah, this one is retailing for $100. All right, the next sneaker I'm gonna be talking about, and I kind of skipped it on accident, is going to be the Jordan 1 Mids. So the Jordan 1 mids, you know, like I said, you can't talk about the lows without talking about the mids. Now this one, I'll admit, this is the one that for the most part they retail for about $115 on average. So this is one that's kind of slightly above the $100, but I'm barely. So mids are a little more accessible to, you know, to get as opposed to like highs or even lows. So you may still be able to find like some mids in the store, even on the Nike app, and they're gonna be retailing for, like I said, around $115. And although for whatever reason mids aren't like, I ain't gonna say they ain't, like a lot of people just don't like them, especially people who are like real sneakerhead, and I put that in quotes, real sneakerheads. But if you're trying to grow your sneaker collection, I definitely think mids are a great, you know, sneaker to kind of incorporate, because you're still gonna get a similar vibe, if not the same vibe of like a high. It's just a mid, and it's gonna be more easy to get and cheaper. Of course, coming in at, well, I think this is number 6. I'm gonna make sure, but I think it's number 6 is going to be the Nike Air Force One, specifically the low top version. These are retailing at $90, I believe. I don't think you should ever have a problem getting Air Force Ones. Like I mean, not that they're not popular, people love them, but I'm just saying they're pretty available all the time. Like every sneaker store I went into, I feel like always has them. So if you want a pair that, you know, I definitely think that's a pair you should get. The white ones. They do have the black colorway, but you know what, come on, the white one is what we talking about. But yeah, they're retailing at $90. That's definitely another like everyday shoe. Even though it's white, it's still kind of like, you know, an everyday shoe. You just gotta make sure they're clean. All right, the next sneaker I'm gonna be talking about is going to be Huarache. So this is another one, I'm just telling you now, this is another one where it's gonna be slightly above $100. I feel like Huarache's range from anywhere to about $115 to like $130-ish, you know, somewhere kind of close in that. So again, still not like super over the $100 mark. So Huaraches are definitely a dope shoe. I actually don't have a pair of Huaraches, but I don't know why, because I've always kind of wanted some, but I just never got around to actually buying them. But Huaraches have a lot of different colorways, so that's a sneaker you should check out, you know, if you're trying to, like I said, grow your sneaker collection, or even you already have a decent sneaker collection. Huaraches, in my opinion, I like that silhouette, so look into those. All right, the next sneaker I'm going to be talking about is going to be the Nike Air Monarch IV. So this shoe is retailing for $75 right now on the Nike app, and they do have 5 different colorways in this sneaker. I think this is another sneaker that's like kind of like a everyday shoe. You know, it's a sneaker that you can kind of wear. When I say everyday shoe, at least what I refer to everyday shoe is a shoe that you can kind of put on with almost anything, but also it's a shoe that you're, you know, it's made to wear and you're not so worried about getting them dirty. So that's what I consider an everyday shoe, and I think this definitely kind of falls into that. In my opinion, this definitely wouldn't be a shoe that I'm like trying to like, you know, really put on a fit with, but still a dope shoe. I'd get it, you know, I'd wear it for sure. So yeah, that's definitely one you want to check out if I didn't say retailing for $75. All right, coming in at number 9 is going to be the Nike Court Vision Low. I actually never really heard or seen of this shoe until I just kind of been on the Nike app. I just was scrolling and saw it. I actually really like it. It's only retailing for $65. They have 3 different colorways. One thing I really like about this sneaker is it kind of gives like almost a vibe of an Air Force, or you know, like those colored Air Forces. So this is a sneaker I actually really like a lot. So $65, that's not bad at all. So that's definitely one you should potentially consider. And the last sneaker that I'm going to be talking about in this video is going to be the Nike Dunk Lows. So those sneakers, similarly to the Air Jordan 1 Lows, they're typically around $100. Again, a couple colorways are going to be slightly more, but most of them I believe are exactly like $100. So that's not bad. Definitely one I wanted to incorporate into this video. Personally, I don't have any dunks because I feel like the lows and the dunks look so similar. So a lot of the colors that I want, I may already have it or a similar colorway in a low. So I figure I don't really need both. But definitely, you know, lows, specifically like the dunk lows, that's definitely a dope colorway. And that's something that I may, you know, be adding to my collection eventually. Like I said, I told you why I don't have any yet. But that's a sneaker you may want to check out. Again, that's another one that's going to be slightly harder to probably get right now retail because they're so like high value. But if you do find it retail, you can expect it to be around $100. And with that, guys, that brings me to the conclusion of this video. I hope you enjoyed watching. Make sure you give it a thumbs up and that you are subscribed to the channel. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at javars.ok. And until next time.